To me, playing 80s music especially, and retro music in general, is a bit of a philosophy. You know, I know a lot of people like myself who back in the 80s we were all awkward and didn't know what to wear and didn't know how to act, and so I invite people when they come to my shows, I invite them to remake their memories of the 80s. We don't want to relive them, those were enough, but we can remake them, we can have a lot of fun with the old music because the music's great. And I grew up actually listening to all the oldies because my dad was a disco DJ. So I grew up going to like weddings and community dances and stuff where all of the ABBA hits were playing and Rasputin, and my dad would get out and he'd do a bunch of Russian dancing and stuff like that. So I just kind of naturally followed in his footsteps and figured, you know, this is a good way to keep the vibe high, get people having a good time, and have a great time myself. When I first started DJing, it was actually in Rocky Mountain House, Alberta, and I started working at a country bar there. I started playing in between sets. They would have all the country bands come out, and all the older folks would love that, but the younger crowd, they didn't have anything to listen to. So I started playing all of the hits at the time, and this was back in the late 80s, early 90s, so if you get an idea of, geez, I just gave away how old I am. And I would just play in between, and pretty soon I got such a following and people going so strong that I went to a club across town, and I played there for years. And then when I came to the Kootenays, I started off with Taffy Jacks, and I was their weekend DJ on and off for several years. The Martin family were amazing. They treated me like gold. We had a lot of fun in there. When they switched over to Spirit Bar, I still play there occasionally, and the Element here has been amazing. I've loved working with Element staff and the whole crew here. It's been a lot of fun playing gigs in Castlegar. Right now I work off of just a laptop computer. I started off with CDs, and I found that since I play all the original hits, so I don't do remixes, I don't do all of the new stuff in that, I play the stuff the way people remember it. But I found that, yeah, I'd hit play, and then I'd have 2.5 songs where everybody's dancing except for me. And I thought, well, that's boring as heck. So I started dressing up a little bit and I started dancing behind the decks, and before I knew it, everybody loved it so much. I got out on stage and I just started busting it out. And I just like to lead by example. I find that the sillier, the more ridiculous that I can be on stage, the more people have fun and they can just give themselves permission to do the same. I remember in the schoolyard when I was about in grade 4, and I sat back and I watched all of the kids get out there, and they were breakdancing and busting out on cardboard and doing all the fancy moves, and I always wanted to get out there. I had really bad asthma at the time, and I was really self-conscious, and so I didn't get out and dance. And it wasn't until probably about my late 20s when I really started to fall in love with dancing. And by dancing, I've always been a ballroom dancer, actually. My dad and my mom taught me really early how to do partner dancing, but to be out on the floor and breakdancing and busting out like that, that was a whole new thing for me. And I came to Nelson, BC, and I saw all these people at the clubs that were just busting it out and getting right into the scene, and I thought, oh, I could do that now. And I just started, and just doing it on stage. That's the thing, is I don't try and pretend to be anything I'm not. I don't try and be better than I'm not. I just dance because I love to dance. And you know, if it's good, great, and if it's not, even better, because you know, everybody else, we're not all professional dancers, but everybody loves to dance, right? So the more that we can all get together and dance, to me, you know, that's gold, and that's why I do it. What I like most about playing in this whole area and in the Kootenays is that sense of familiarity. You know, I can be on stage or I can jump off the stage, and no matter what, I feel like I'm partying with the folks next door. You know, and I try and bring that to every show that I do as well, you know, and really engage and connect with folks and just let them know that, hey, I'm just like you. I'm just somebody who loves music, loves to have a good time and dress up weird and dance around lots and look silly. I'm just playing the oldies, and I don't think there's anything fancy about that. I play stuff that people love to hear. I play the hits through the years, and there's nothing special about that. So the specialness that I bring to it is just that I love the music, I love people dancing, and when we put the two together and everybody just gets behind it and has a silly time, it's magic.